Hi, this is Dr. Gary. Welcome to the Tune-Up. I was so inspired today when I opened up my email. It made me really understand that good things are going on in the world in spite of all the things we hear about. And sometimes some of the people that I've worked with, some of the time in my life and my career is helping mentor people and help people get from point A to point B. It really comes back to show me how if you spend a little time, if you're kind and you give people a chance, they really do come through and shine. This particular individual, I'm not going to use their name for the sake of who they are. They're rather well known in their own right. Was a client of mine a few years ago, kind of at the bottom of their game, upset, wanting to make something out of themselves, wanting to help the world, but just didn't know how to get it done because they were in their own muck. I know many of you are that way as well. I talk to people every day. I even get there myself. That sometimes you wake up in the morning and it's just the kind of a day where you just can't go any farther. Yet you look at the condition of the world and you look at your own desperation and you wonder, what can I do? What difference can I possibly make? In fact, I remember just saying that recently myself after returning from a meeting down in the Southern California area, very discouraged about what I even do. Like, am I really making a difference? When I read the email from this individual, and he runs probably one of the most prominent acting institutions in the United States, maybe even in the world. He trains actors, talent, people that are on television, people that are movies. And he's also an accomplished actor himself. Wrote this email. He was being inspired by what most of us complain about, wealthy people, because his sister and brother-in-law are quite wealthy. I know those people as well, and they're wonderful human beings. But he talked about how they take what they've got, the good fortune that they've experienced, and they give and they give and they give their countless hours, their determination to help make a difference with their money, their time, their efforts. I've actually had the experience of being around this man's sister a little bit and watched her in action, working with people. She's one of the most loving, caring, kind people I've ever met. And my theme today is for us all to take a look at, it's not rich people that are hurting the world, and it's not poor people that are hurting the world. It's our attitude that's hurting the world. And this person that wrote the email paraphrased the movie Schindler's List when Schindler said, "Wow, I just wish I could have done more." Yet he was helping people tirelessly to get through that tragedy in that movie, in that real life drama. And this person explained that he sees his sister and brother-in-law doing the same, tirelessly working at helping people, but yet being discredited because they're wealthy. And here's where we go with this. As my friend said, he said, I'm spread so thin myself sometimes, and I find even myself here doing what I do, doing these tune-ups, working with people every day, being a senior citizen myself. Sometimes I'm at the end of my rope and I'm spread so thin, financially, time, effort, emotionally, I have nowhere else to go. I have nothing else to give, I think. And as my friend paraphrased in his email to me, explaining what he's learned, I want to share with you, the greatest thing we can share is not money. It is not our ability to help a charity. It's not our ability to spend endless hours of our time sacrificing, which we really have none left ourselves because we're surviving in our own life. What we can do is that one little bit more. And as my friend says, he says, when you're driving down the road, share a lane with someone rather than cutting them off. When you're at the store, open the door for someone or help someone put their groceries in their car if they're having a hard time carrying all the bags. How about at the checkout stand when they say, "And how are you today?" You actually listen and you ask them back, "How are you?" And listen and act like you care. How about seeing someone in despair and just smiling at them? In fact, how about just smiling at everyone you meet every day, whether they're smiling or not? It's those little things that we can do sometimes that can change a life. Ask yourself, are you doing enough? And I know the first thing is, well, I have no money to give and I have no time, and I'll just wait until I have the money and I have more time, and then I'll do my share. That's not good enough. And I ask myself, I have that same excuse. I have those excuses too. After a day's work, I'm completely spent and I say, I'm done. I have nothing else to give. Yes, I do. It's called kindness. It's called kindness in that one thing more. When somebody calls me on the phone, be nice, smile, and listen. So today, I want to thank my friend down in San Francisco for emailing his constituents that email. And I was inspired to talk to you today about this because of all the things we talk about, whether it's trauma, it's anger, it's forgiveness, it's making more money, having less stress. The one thing we can do right now to change the world is not to accept nuclear war, and it's inevitable. Not accept war, it's inevitable. Decide to change it one person at a time, starting with each one of us by being kinder, and just do not tolerate rudeness, intolerance, and anger anymore. In order to do that, we have to get through our own stuff, and we have to understand we're all in this together. If we destroy this whole thing collectively, we all lose. However, if we can each start building and looking at what can we do, so when we die, and we go to wherever we go and we die, or we're on our deathbed, we cannot have the guilt of saying, I wish I'd have done more. I could have, you know. I just chose not to. I'm not asking you to spend more time today. I'm not asking you to write a check to a charity. I'm asking you to really reach out and be kinder to people. Open up your heart and face the day with a smile. Face the day with an attitude that we can do this together, and understand that if we can turn that around, if we can each do that, it's going to have a tremendous effect on collective consciousness, and we will prevail here. Let's think about that. And I want to thank my friend for sending me that email. You're absolutely right. Let's work on it, folks. Until I talk to you next time, this is Dr. Gary wishing you a very kind-filled, smiling kind of day and week. Bye-bye.